Ian Anderson last updated 14:07 the 7th of May 2018. ALASTAIR GRANT, AP Colombia's Radamel Falcao didn't agree with referee Mark Geiger. Getty Images. Cristiano Ronaldo of Portugal is shown a yellow card by referee Cesar Ramos during the World Cup round of 16 against Uruguay. AP Colombia players argue with referee Mark Geiger during the round of 16 match between Colombia and England. AP Colombia's Radamel Falcao is shown a yellow card by referee Mark Geiger. Football opinion: why are the world's best footballers also the worst behaved ones? Petulance and posturing have become the glaring black mark on what to date has been a magnificent World Cup brimming with screamers and upsets. While it's never going to be enough to stop football from being the world's most popular sport, there's no reason why it can't be addressed unrectified. What's perplexing is how the charmless antics of players reach peak level at the pinnacle of the sport. Read more, Neymar urged to stop acting, England win, monumental theft. If you tried to pull off a Neymar roll or the patented clutch and towel in local league football, you'd be laughed at by the opposing team, ridiculed by the referee, and your teammates would hit you with a post-match fine that would leave you unable to fill the car that week. But climb a few levels and you're given a lot more leeway to swear at the officials. Then at the World Cup, it's virtually a free reign of foolishness. Why? Possibly one of the reasons it's tolerated is that it does give added spice to some encounters. If you were a neutral sports fan watching England play Colombia in their knockout encounter on Wednesday morning, you'd likely have struggled to be captured by a cagey, tactical battle with minimal goal-mouth action. But when the Colombians conceded an obvious penalty, hell broke loose in the 18-yard box. Their players felt victimized. One deliberately scuffed up the penalty spot to try to sabotage Harry Kane's attempt and, after that failed, the losing side expressed outrage at every decision referee Mark Geiger made against them. So instantly we had a villain to boo. It was as if the match had been perfectly plotted like a wrestling match or a reality TV show. Then we saw Jordan Henderson dress up a gentle bump and the lumbering Harry Maguire skittered over in the penalty area like a newborn fawn, and we were thrown into internal conflict as to who were the baddies. Maybe both were. So you picked your side and roared them on through the sweat of a penalty shootout, then felt drained or lingeringly ecstatic when the game was over. Add feedback, then you felt dirty. My suspicion is that the players are too big to act against, too rich, too famous, too idolized, too powerful. Referees know billions worldwide want to see Ronaldo and Neymar, so they're reluctant to the point of paralyzation to issue cards when Ronaldo swears in their face, kudos, referee Ramos, or Neymar produces more rolls than a fat sunbather in a collapsed deck chair. But there should be concern when those antics are being emulated by 9-year-old Kiwis kids on frosty fields on Saturday. There's 3 key issues: diving, feigning injury and dissent. The first isn't as widespread as it was. Referees have a mandate to book players for simulation, and the introduction of VAR means the man in the middle, with support from the sidelines, isn't as likely to get fooled. Feigning injury isn't a new development, but it's sickening prevalent, while dissent is at an all-time high. It's been highly visible in its rise. We've seen English Premier League sides stacked with superstars surround and verbally abuse referees for more than a decade. The solutions for a fix are simple. Diving, yellow card. If the referee gets it wrong occasionally and issues a booking for a player that's fouled, so be it. Players will learn to stay on their feet. Feigning injury, okay, maybe not simple, but there are options. Stop the game, send the player to the sideline for treatment, and don't let them back on the pitch for 2 minutes. See how many teams are keen to play with 10 men. 4. Retrospective fines for obvious offenders, and make the fine a specific percentage of their weekly wage, so even the big names will feel a sting to their bank balance. Dissent. Enforce the laws. They read, a player who is guilty of dissent by protesting, verbally or non-verbally, against a referee's decision must be cautioned. If this leads to 6 yellows and a couple of reds at one incident, allow it. See how many teams are keen to play with 9 men and 4 others on yellow cards. Dissent is the easiest one to eradicate. It's not tolerated in rugby, so it doesn't occur. Let's see a footballing sea change that will cleanse the game of its errant nonsense. Football World Cup, Russia, full coverage, stuff.